You're listening to The Gal Code, hosted by me, BB Bagnall.
And me, Rob Gartland. Thanks for joining us this week to discuss hot topics, our pit and the peak of the week,
And our Gal Code, the rules to live by.
Let's get started.
Oh my God, so here it is. This is first episode of The Gal Code.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
This is so exciting. But I feel like, should we give like a quick introduction on like how the podcast idea came about?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, because like for me, people have messaged me on Instagram saying, because you know I do like my chatty Instagram stories, people say, oh my God, you should have a podcast. But then I feel like I couldn't do it by myself, and I just never really played on the idea. And then you sent me this voice note.
Yeah, I've spent most of lockdown listening to podcasts. I'm like a recent podcast like fan. And I sent you a voice note, and within about 6 seconds of it, you knew what I was going to say.
I knew. I was like, you're going to ask me to do a podcast. And I was like, I'm in. I'm so down for it. And you were like, really? And I was like, I know exactly what you're going to say. And then you were like, I think we should do a podcast. And
then within like a week, we had microphones on order.
BBC on order. Mine still hasn't turned up.
Those delays. And we started brainstorming. And then we came up with this. So this is our podcast, The Gal Code.
I feel like let's get started into episode 1.
Let's go for the pit and the peak of the week. Okay, so each week we're going to name a pit and a peak, which you know the saying. So we'll go through one good moment and one bad moment and just see like what's going on in our lives. So BB, do you want to get us started?
Okay, should I start on the negative first? Get that out of the way. Because my pit of the week is a bit gloomy. Like I got trolled on social media. Do you know what? This is the second hate comment I've had in 2 weeks. My first one was some girl calling me cringe, which I kind of took. I didn't really care about that one because I was like, to be fair, I can be quite cringy. So
we're all
fine.
A bit cringe.
But it was the way she said it. She was like, "You're so great, but you're so cringe." I was like, what do you want me to do about that, hun?
Literally, thanks.
You. And then this one is basically, I was explaining a situation on my Instagram stories about my next door neighbours who were having work done to their house because they've just moved in, and they were just being so like I can tolerate noise, but I was on a work call and I had to end the call because the noise was so bad, because no one could hear me. And I was just kind of like joking on my Instagram story saying, am I Karen if I complain? It was quite 50-50, but some people messaged me being like, I've had the exact same issue. Here's some tips, whatever. So anyway, but I mean, I'm in Newcastle for like a week and then I go back to London, so I can't really complain. But it was just something to like chat about on Instagram. Anyway, so this girl, Lucy from Birmingham, I honestly think this is the most ridiculous thing I've heard. Unless it's stupidly early in the morning or really late at night, you cannot ask someone to not work on their, in capital letters, because you were on a call. So I think she meant to add house or something.
Yeah, probably. Lucy, you should have auto-corrected yourself.
Yep, proofread, hon. Do you know how out of touch and entitled you sound? Read the room. There are far more important things to be speaking about at the moment than you having noise on your call. You sound like the poor little white girl who just couldn't possibly have anything in her life disturbing. Also, unless you want to start paying their mortgage, I wouldn't worry about them working on their house.
Savage.
Thanks. She just gets angry and angry as the message goes on.
What's honestly, the need? There's a pandemic.
That one kind of upset me more than the cringe one, because I was like, this girl has actually taken the time to write this paragraph to me. And like, it was just so nasty. Like, you can feel the anger in it.
You can feel the venom.
Because then I replied and I was like, look, I'm all for calling someone out when they're wrong and like having different opinions and sharing thoughts, but you just need to not do this. Like, this is just a nasty way of doing it. Like, what did I say to her? I was like, this is like an attack. And then she wrote back and was like, that just shows how like up yourself you are that you think this is an attack on you or something. And I was like, block. So that was my pit of the week. I got trolled by Lucy from Birmingham on Instagram.
And what was your peak?
My peak, oh my God, was my surfing lesson. You know, I'm all about like being this like surfer vibe at the moment. I don't really know what's come across me. But yeah, whilst I was home, me and Alex booked in to do a surfing lesson, big up Time Out Surf Co. And it was so much fun. I mean, I'm not going to be a professional surfer anytime soon because I'm dyspraxic and there's so much coordination in surfing that I actually really struggled. He had to teach me a different way than he taught everyone else because I couldn't get up on the board. I had my own special way.
How many people were in the class?
5.
Oh, okay. Socially distanced?
Yeah. I mean, it's quite easy to do in the water.
In the ocean.
In the ocean, yeah. And then, yeah, it was just so much fun, but my body just hurts because it just requires so much strength. You're constantly lifting yourself, and the waves were actually quite powerful. I mean, some of it was quite scary. Like when I went over under a wave, and then like I could see my board was like on top of me, and like I don't know. I just like me and Alex were like, there's some bits that are a bit scary that you're like, oh my god, because at some point you don't know when your neck's going to come out of the water. It's a bit weird, but you kind of stay calm. But yeah, absolutely loved it. I'm kind of gutted that like I didn't do a surfing lesson sooner, because I go back to London next week, and then I'm like, oh great.
I mean, you could surf the Thames.
But absolutely no chance.
Not the brown.
Rob, at first I was like, no, because it's dirty, but also there's no waves in the Thames.
Oh, fair point. I actually saw people on a rowing boat this week on the Thames, like kayaking. I was like, you guys are mad. Like, mad.
No.
I would never do that. I just couldn't.
I think you would like surfing.
The sea.
I think you would.
Have you seen Jaws?
Rob, we're in the northeast.
I don't like,
you're in waist deep water.
Did you go full wetsuit?
Yeah, North
Love
Sea.
that.
But you just don't get cold.
Perfect.
So good. Right, what do you want to start with, pit or peak?
So for my pit and peak of the week, I'm going to do the peak first, because the peak is like just chill. So I'm a huge theatre fan. If anyone knows anything about me, you know it. Yeah. And I'm yet to, but Disney Plus have just put up Hamilton, filmed
that's
on
where
Broadway.
People have been watching it. I've seen this on Instagram.
Yeah, so this is like the biggest show. I managed to see it in London maybe 2 years ago, and I really miss the theatre. Like, that's one of the big things. If I could get the theatre in the gym, I could live my best life right now. That's it. I'm happy. So I'm going to watch that. I'm so excited. And that rivaled my other peak of the week, which was I refound Heart Vacancy by The Wanted. Do you remember that song?
No, Heart Vacancy.
Hear a heart cry for love.
Am I going to have to just quickly search this on Spotify?
Search that song. It's a good one. But I'll tell you about my pit of the week while you're on it.
Wait, no, because we will get copyrighted if I put that song on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. So. Oh, never a good vibe.
Never a good vibe.
I was at my friend's. I'm not going to name names, because when I asked him, can I share this story? He said no. But if you name me. So he lives in Clapham, and they were getting their house redecorated. The kitchen was all ripped up. It was like one big kitchen living room space. So we're there on the balcony. He's my bubbly, my bubble. So we're just chilling, and it gets to about 10:30, and I'm like, right, I'm going to head. And he goes into the kitchen, and the lights are off. And he comes running out, and I'm like, what is going on? He's like, Rob, there's a snake in my kitchen.
A snake?
And I said, no, there's not a snake in your kitchen.
Stop it. I am terrified of snakes, like fully terrified.
He goes, there's a snake in my kitchen. I'm like, there's not a snake in your kitchen. Stop. So I go in there like a Bear Grylls, and I'm like, literally like starting, obviously it's being redone. So there's boxes everywhere, there's stuff. So I'm starting to move things, and I move this box, and there's a long snake in his kitchen.
No, like what?
Like an actual.
Where'd you get a snake from in Clapham?
We pee ourselves. I create a boundary at the door of this massive room. We're in the hallway with Tupperware, so a Tupperware situation, and we call the police.
You called the police?
Because the RSPCA currently work office hours due to coronavirus.
No.
Yeah. So we called the police. 6 policemen arrived.
I'm not being funny, but I thought we were really stretching this country. Why do you need 6 policemen? I thought 2 in a car could do.
And 3 of them said, we're only here because we want to see the snake. But they couldn't find it. They couldn't find it. It went missing because all the floors been ripped up. So the snake was never to be found.
Oh my God, it's not been found.
It's on the loose. What makes it worse is a few days later, he's on his balcony and he's asking the girls next door, have they lost a snake? And this man shouts from down the road and goes, have you found a snake? Oh, we actually lost our snake, but we thought the dog ate it. So it turns out that this irresponsible pet owner lost their snake that has sort of slithered its way onto the first floor of 2 doors down into their kitchen and is just sort of now lost within the structure of this block. And that was
I mean, I hate snakes, but I kind of hope that it's okay.
Terrifying.
Oh, I hope it doesn't make its way down to Streatham.
Oh.
That reminds me though, when, you know, like the local Facebook group, someone posted, they were like, has anyone, or like they'd lost a snake. And it was like a really long, scary snake. And someone was like, oh, I've spotted snake skin on my shed roof. So I guess it's come this way. And I was like literally terrified. I was like, there's a snake lost in Whitney Bay.
Because my fear is, imagine if he's like in the bath and he's just chilling, like having a bit of a bubble bath, and you turn to the right and it's like snakes on a plane situation, like that snake is just chilling on your bathroom floor, you're stuck. And also, with my Tupperware structure that I thought was going to save me, supposedly they can go vertical? Because they managed to get on the first floor? No.
See, that creeps me out even more, because then how is something with no legs has the ability to have height?
Absolutely not a vibe. It was horrifying. But
At
yeah.
least with a pet snake, I kind of feel a bit better because, like, I mean, they're okay because they're pets. But like, then I guess the people in Tiger King kept tigers as pets.
Why would you want a pet snake?
I don't know. People really like them. Someone I know has one. Actually, he lives in Clapham, I think.
Ooh.
But it's been on the Instagram story recently, so I feel like it's not.
It's not him. Moral of the story, guys, stick to the dogs and the cats.
Yeah, and the goldfish.
So yeah, that was my pit of the week. I was about to say peak of the week. That was not the peak. That was my pit of the week, was surviving a bush tucker trial in Clapham, London.
Whilst we're talking about neighbours, something funny has just happened. So in my house group chat, so I've got Samantha, Craig and Megan, but we call it Megan Meg. And Sam just sent like a photo into the group chat and was like, Meg, this isn't your banana bread just chilling in the street, is it? And she sent a photo, and basically like kind of just on the pavement outside our house is like a tub of banana bread in Tupperware just face planted there. And then Sam was like, it looks like a Tupperware full of banana bread upside down in front of our house. And then Meg replied, going, did the neighbours not want it? And I'm like, did you leave it out for the neighbours? Meg, I rang the doorbell and left it on the doorstep with a cute note.
And they've kicked it into the street.
They've kicked it into the street.
Sorry, Mary Berry. Maybe next time.
How rude. That is London neighbours though, isn't it?
In Newcastle, they'd love it. They'd be so grateful. They'd come around the next day with their banana bread, bring over a pie. Like, in London, it's like, get off my doorstep.
Yeah.
Get off.
Anyway, so yeah, they didn't want the banana bread, evidently.
Well, I'll have it. You can tell her to send it across to me. So we will be right back. Like what you hear, or just like us and want to be supportive, head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a 5-star review and hit that subscribe button. It so matters in helping us get this thing off the ground. So go and do it.
Okay, so this podcast episode is going to be a bit of a get to know us because we are just strangers chatting shit through your earphones at this point. So Rob has found some icebreaker questions.
So we thought it'd be fun if we just bounce back and forth and ask each other some random questions and just get to know each other better. You can know us. We might find out things. I mean, we've been friends for like 10 years?
Decade.
Maybe we'll surprise each other right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to ask you one. Okay, I'm just going to scroll and then stop. Okay, it's stopped on. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what song would you pick?
Work From Home by Fifth Harmony featuring Ty Dolla $ign.
Absolutely, yeah.
What a bop. That song will never get old. No one can tell me different.
And I love how it came back for Corona as well.
Oh, perfect. It's universal. Okay, what topic could you give a 20-minute presentation on without any preparation?
Oh my God. Without any preparation.
No prep.
A good skincare routine.
Ooh, okay. What does that include?
Okay, so I feel like I could talk about your skincare type, what products you should be using, key ingredients to look out for, what not to do, and maybe some extra facts in there.
Perfect. I mean, sorted.
Yeah. Okay. What blog or website are you embarrassed to admit you love? bbbacknot.com.
The Daily Mail celebrity section.
Oh my God, I can't believe you read the Daily Mail. I boycott the Daily Mail.
But only the celebrity section, because of the comments. You actually seem to get the most horrific human beings comment on this. It's quite amusing. I recommend it.
Oh God.
I mean,
No, we don't need that negativity in our
yeah, people
life.
hate the Daily Mail. I don't know. It's it's a daily situation.
I boycott it, and then for work I have to read it, and I really hate having to read it because I
Oh
just feel like
gosh.
such a traitor on my boycott. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the last show you binged?
Oh, Selling Sunset. Absolutely
Oh,
loved
I've
it. Have
heard of
you watched
this.
it?
No.
Rob, you would love it. It's by the creators of The Hills. So it's
Oh,
it's basically The Hills, but instead of fashion, it's real estate, and there's like these most insane houses, and like, the drama is so petty, and it just has that shit reality TV vibe of like, is it set up? Oh, it's not set up, but it's totally set up.
I mean,
And
we live
season
for
3 comes
trash.
out in August. Yeah, it's
Oh,
pure trash, but you will love. Oh, what's your most embarrassing moment from your teen years?
from my teen years. Oh God, I know what it is, but it's actually sad to think about. I'm gonna get PTSD.
Okay.
So I think I was maybe I was 12, but we'll just go with it. And I was singing at a Christmas carol concert with school. It was when I was in middle school.
That is so you.
And so me with these incredible vocals. And
Yeah.
so I get up there and they play the intro of my verse. Do, 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 do. And I freeze. And
Oh
I'm like, oh,
no.
I'm like, oh. And then they play it again. Do, 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 do. I'm like, sorry, I don't know these words. And they go one more time, do, do, do. And I literally have tears in my eyes. I'm like, I don't know what these words are.
Oh,
My mum's in like the 4th row. She's literally like, oh God, about to have the breakdown of her life. The
oh,
sheet gets passed to
Panny.
me. I warbled through the verse and I walked off and cried.
Oh,
Terrible.
Rob. What happened there?
Terrible.
That is so unlike you.
I don't even know. The lyrics just went flying from my brain. Should I do the same question? What's your most embarrassing moment from your teen years?
I feel like you know exactly what it is.
Please go.
Okay, so in Newcastle, every summer, although it's not a thing anymore, there's this festival on the quayside called Evolution, and it's definitely not for adults. I mean, there was adults there, wasn't there? But it was like everyone from all the schools, because it was like Maybank holiday, half term, Easter holidays, whatever. Everyone would go to this festival. My first time at this festival, I got so drunk. I had like 2 liters of Pulse and a quart liter of Glen's vodka, and just like couldn't stop
Classy.
weeing myself. And it's disgusting, but like
So good.
I fully blacked out because I remember seeing photos on Facebook, and obviously everyone had like seen these photos of me weeing myself. So cruel of people to put those on the Facebook. I'm mentioning no names, and I just fully blacked out, just weed myself, and then I was like just known as like what do people used to call me, like pissy pants Bagnall or something? I remember all the people in like years above would just like shout abuse at me when I walked past them at school. It was literally like it ruined me for months.
But like Evo was the most strangest festival. I never went.
I remember you had to go to HMV to buy your ticket. How ancient does that sound?
Oh my God. And then you'd have like Ellie Goulding, but not like Ellie Goulding now, like Ellie Goulding Starry-Eyed. That's all she'd released.
Oh my God, who did we have? We had Tiny Temper. I remember I crowd surfed and got carried out the crowd.
Oh wow.
I mean,
look at it go.
That whole situation is so embarrassing.
I mean, look at you now. It's fine.
Yeah, we've glowed from that. If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
New York, 100%.
Oh yeah, gossip gay.
New York is my favorite city in the world by far.
I've never been. I really want to go. Maybe next May. Obviously, well, I'm not going to America anytime soon because.
I mean, I have a trip booked for September. I class it as essential. I'm not sure the government do, so we'll see if I get to go.
To New York?
Yeah, for 2.5 weeks.
Have you seen how bad Corona is in New York?
I mean, I have a mask.
I think you need to. I think you need to go and research how bad Corona is in America. We thought the UK was bad. It's horrendous.
Yeah. Who is your first ever crush?
Are we talking celebrity? Because it would definitely have been like Calvin from S Club Juniors.
Go celebrity. Oh, with the full mohawk.
Oh, Calvin from S Club Juniors. But then if we're talking people, there was this boy went to my primary school when I lived in London, and he was called William. And honestly, I'll never forget, like for Valentine's Day, he like made me a Valentine's Day card and put it in my tray.
That's so cute.
But we were like really good friends. But like, it's weird how when you're like 7 or 6 years old, you can fancy someone. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But that was
So
mine.
that's a good one.
I don't
Calvin
know.
or Will?
Calvin
William.
or William. I don't even know like what William does anymore. I can't remember his last name to like stalk him on social media. Who was yours?
Human Shrek. You know in Shrek 2, when Shrek becomes a human being? Yes.
You fancied a cartoon?
Yeah, but when he turned to a human. Have you not seen Shrek 2? Honestly, Shrek 2.
I think I have.
When he turns to a human by Jennifer Saunders being the incredible fairy godmother, Shrek is fit. That's just that. 100%. Or, I mean, my first girlfriend was a girl, like, obviously.
No way.
Yeah, and I remember I kissed her for the first time at the leisure pool.
Is that when you knew you were gay?
I think, when did I know I was gay? I think it's always been embedded in me. But I used to put pictures of like the sexy blonde receptionist from Casualty as like the iPad background or like my desktop background, being like, look who I fancy. It was like, yeah, bull. Absolute bullshit.
That's so funny.
Classic.
Oh, God.
What food could you not live without?
Vegetables.
Fair.
I'm sorry. That sounds so basic, bitch, but like, I love vegetables. I love healthy eating. If we're talking like a specific food that I couldn't live without, I'm not going to lie, like cucumber. I love cucumber.
Really?
Put it up into little sticks, a bit of hummus. It's like your vegetables and your hydration all in one.
All in one.
Yeah, I know that's actually the most boring thing. Most people are like, pizza. I'm like, vegetables.
But the thing is, I actually think you can't get sick of vegetables.
The thing is, I have such this mantra that like, if you put good foods into your body, then you feel good about yourself.
I mean, I have that mantra too, but then it hits 10 p.m. and I'm like, Maltesers and minstrels, do you know what I mean?
Oh, of course, I fully binge.
Disaster.
Did you watch my Instagram story? I mean, no shame if you didn't. Where I realised that I was eating chocolate in my sleep.
Yep. Tony's though. Tony's chocolonely.
Yeah, but that's £3.60 and I'm wasting it in my sleep. If I'm midnight snacking, I want the cheap stuff.
100%.
Oh my God. Which celebrity do you shamelessly follow in the news? I feel
Alexandra
like
Beck.
I knew you were going to say that.
And do you know what? There's nothing shameless about it. That woman is an icon. She is so underappreciated. It's a joke. I mean, Bad Boys, Broken Heels, All Night Long, Start Without You.
Oh,
Bops.
All Night Long. All night.
Bops. What is the first CD or single you ever bought?
Atomic Kitten.
Oh my God.
I don't know the name of the album, but I love like Whole Again, Tide is High.
That's like an anthem.
Oh, but I think the first one that I actually like had was S Club 7 and S Club Juniors. I don't know what came first, as in like Atomic Kitten or the S Club phase. Because
the S Club Juniors' first album was pretty good. Automatic High.
You know, my dad's friend wrote that song.
Really?
Yeah. So basically, I got tickets to go see S Club Juniors and S Club 7 in concert. That was the first concert I saw. And I was in like the VIP section because my dad's friend wrote Automatic High. And obviously, dad did some stuff with S Club 7. So that
Did you get to meet them?
No.
Devastating.
I would have freaked out though because I was obsessed with Daisy from S Club Juniors. Oh,
I'm thankful every day that we grew up in a time where like cheesy pop music was our kid years. Because what do they listen to now? Like, I think it's so inappropriate that you've got like a 9-year-old doing Side to Side by Ariana Grande. That's so inappropriate. Yeah,
but then I was listening to Liberty X just a little bit, just a little bit. That was inappropriate for back in the day.
Classic.
Oh my God.
What is your most used emoji?
Okay, so what's on my most recent? Okay, so mine's the girl face palming. That's a common one because I'm just doing so much stupid shit. I'm like, oh my God. But maybe the laughing one, or you know the one that like it's like got down eyebrows and it's kind of like it looks like it's about to cry. It's like I don't know how to describe it.
Are you okay? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Okay, so we've got a laughing, a face palm, and about to cry emoji. So I guess that sums up lockdown.
Kind of summarizes lockdown, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you were trying out for a singing reality show, what song would you sing?
Well, I mean, I don't think right. That just gave me flashbacks to when I auditioned for the nativity play in primary school, and like people were up there singing like High School Musical, Breaking Free, and I got up on stage and you had to audition for the whole school, by the way. I stood up and sang Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
I mean, copyright free, so I think you should go for it now.
But one song for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
it would probably be like something by Girls Aloud. Maybe The Show by Girls Aloud, because I used to love that song. And I used to get, like when you bought an album, in the front cover, there was like that booklet and it would have the song lyrics.
Yeah.
I used to, nobody sees the show until my heart says so. But Girls Aloud just give me such good vibes and memories. What do you resent paying for the most?
Like cocktails and drinks.
You're right. Okay, interesting. So I was thinking about what would mine be, and mine was like women's sanitary products, like tampons and towels and stuff. And then I was like, it'd be interesting to see what a guy thinks, because you don't really need to buy stuff like that.
Yeah, what do men have to buy?
Like there isn't an equivalent.
Nothing. There is nothing equivalent. So mine is literally basic. Mine's like, I don't like to pay for things that I'm going to drink in 2 minutes. It's like drinking money.
I'm not ready to stop paying for cocktails at £8 for something. Like, honestly, I've been making them at home. Like, I'm fully converted to the house parties now.
I actually did 120 days of this lockdown sober.
I went for a phase where I just wasn't drinking. Then one day I went on Zoom and just got absolutely hammered. But the hangover the next day was disgusting.
It's the hangovers that put me off. Like, I used to be able to bounce back. I'm speaking like I'm 50 years old. I used like literally in my gap year before uni, I used to go out like 5 times a week. I'd bounce back the next day living for it. Yeah, I literally woke up and was like, oh my God, I can't move. I had 4 drinks. 4.
Don't. It's so bad.
Terrible.
What's something about you that people would be surprised to know?
That you would be surprised to know, or that like people who didn't really know me. Should we read people that really didn't know me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a triplet.
Oh, that's a really good fact.
That's a pretty good fact.
Yeah.
What clothing item would make you walk out on a date if someone wore it?
Oh my God, those jeans that are elasticated at the bottom.
Oh,
oh my God, I could not be with someone who owns a pair of those. Oh, hell
no way.
No.
Hell
especially if they're like acid wash. What would yours be?
I feel like I really can't stand someone who wears like a beanie.
Oh, yeah. It reminds me of the era of chinos, the Top Man Rihanna t-shirt.
Yes.
Plimsolls and beanie.
And it was any colour chino. Like you had the brown, which literally was like mustard. It was like yellow. I had the maroon. I had the navy. I had the green. I had a full collection of chinos.
There was a blue.
I used to match it with like an H&M polo. It was
quite
a vibe. But like I always feel like people who wear beanies are such hatfishes. Like they're the ones that you post all the photos in hats and then they whip that off and it's like, they're bald.
Oh God, well, yeah.
I don't mind a bald man.
Yeah, if you're going to be bald, own it.
Exactly.
What weird thing do you have nostalgia for?
I don't know if it's weird, but like it would be like childhood TV, childhood music, childhood movies. But like I will just sit and watch like That's So Raven. But like
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Sweet Life
Tracy
of
Beaker.
Oh, Tracy Beaker.
Like Tracy Beaker, I can make my welcome true. Like, like that's just such a good like that is my nostalgia, I think. Oh, or do you remember in first school when you'd have like school dinners and you'd have like colourful cake and colourful custard? I would eat that.
Oh my God, primary school cake and custard is in another league.
It's like and it was always a little lumpy, but it's
the
fine.
white icing with the sprinkles on top. Of that cake. I think if you did give me that custard now, though, I would be like, disgusting. I'm not eating this.
There was like a skin on it. Like
it wasn't that skin. Like, what was that about?
It wasn't the best, but like delicious. Whereas nowadays they get like fruit and yogurt. Like I get that's healthy, but at the same time, like those were the days. Okay. What about this one? What website or app doesn't exist but you wish did?
Ooh.
I have one. If you want me to give you it, and then you can do
it. Go
Shazam for people. I'd like to Shazam someone and have their Instagram bio pop up.
Oh my God, that's kind of creepy, but kind of like really cool.
It's probably against the law.
Yeah. Facial recognition, GDPR.
Or
That
maybe
would
like
be a good.
Shazam for outfits.
That does exist.
Oh, does it?
I can't remember what it's called, but I remember finding it a while ago. But then you can also just do like reverse image search on ASOS, which is quite useful. Yeah.
Have you ever reversed image searched on Google Images to find someone?
Right, this is going to sound so weird. I haven't done it for someone, but I've done it. They sent me like a photo of their apartment block, and me and Alex reversed image search to find out where it was. But I'm not actually quite. That was literally like 2 weeks ago.
Did you find out where it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Full postcode. It's there for a reason.
I'm really sorry. I can't imagine they're listening to this, but if they are, like, I'm really sorry. I'm not a weirdo.
Okay, so hopefully you've learned a bit about us, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Phoebe here, and you're listening to The Gal Code. I hope you're loving it so far, and excuse us, we are talking at 150 miles per hour, but bear with us, it is our first episode. If you've got any comments or feedback, slide into our DMs at The Gal Code Podcast on Instagram.
So, for this final part of our podcast, we will now introduce a brand new rule into the Gal Code. Now, you're asking, what is the Gal Code? So, we've basically taken the classic saying of it's girl code between friends and transformed it into this 2020 new rule book. So, each week, me and Bibi will pitch a rule that we think should join the Gal Code rule book, and we'll decide which becomes our brand new rule to live by. So, get your thinking caps on, everyone, and we'll be right back straight after this with our pitches for Rule 1 of the Gal Code.
Stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at The Gal Code Podcast or at Robert Gartland or BB_Bagnall. We want to hear from you and let us know what you want to add into the Gal Code.
So, this week I've been thinking about which one I think should be the first rule that I live by, that I think should be Gal Code. And my rule is this. Okay, I'm going to pitch this to you, Bibi.
Okay, I'm listening.
Don't hate a flake, just hate a fake. Now,
oh my God, I am with you. Yes.
I am a proud flake. I don't care what anyone says. I don't think any plan is confirmed until I've reconfirmed it on the day. Now, Why do you want to meet up with someone if they're not feeling their best? Why do you want to force someone out of their house if they aren't vibing the plans? So don't hate a flaky person.
But also, I don't like the fakes who make up, like, if you're going to be a flake, own it. Don't make up some shitty excuse that is just bullshit.
And let's be honest, everyone is using I've got a cough, I think I should stay home for a week to get out of a date. That is the truth. So,
but even when I said to you, when it was your birthday, I was like, to be honest, Rob, like, I just don't actually want to get on public transport, and I have to get on public transport to get to your birthday location. At least I flaked when I owned it with you were like, fair enough, hun.
Fair enough, hun. You do you. Because it's life. Don't hate a flake, just hate a fake. That's the rule I'm pitching to you for the Gal Code. The thing is, in life, I just feel like the amount of times, especially when I'm working, it gets to 4 p.m. and I'm like, I don't want to go tonight. And it gets to 4:30 and I'm like, oh God, I really don't want to. I want to go home. It gets to 5 o'clock. You sent the first text. I was still on, thinking they're going to get the hint. They're going to realize, because anyone who I've ever texted that to, I'm icing you out to see if you're going to bail. So that's the rule I'm going to pitch. What rule do you think we should have in the Gal Code this week?
Okay, I don't know how to summarize it, top line, but it would be, okay, right. Let me explain the situation. So me and friend were out walking and we bumped into like two girls from high school who like we used to be really good friends with in high school and then just like drifted. They were actually quite nasty. One of them was really quite nasty. And basically the one who was quite nasty, I was like walking past her and she was like giving like a smirky side eye to me and my friend. And I clocked it. So then I was like, hi. And then like the other friend she was with, who's the nice one, was like, hey. And then the nasty one just didn't say anything, just carried on smirking. And it just got me thinking. I was like, okay, so high school. We left high school in 2012. Why are you at the age of 24 still being that immature?
Agreed.
And just own it.
So it's like high school is in the past. It takes nothing to smile in the present.
Yeah, like all you have to do is smile at someone if you see them in the street.
Yeah.
Like, why be bitchy?
Negativity. Who needs it?
Yeah, and I think much more of people who can just smile and just be mature.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? I think it says more about you as a person if you're just like, hi.
And it takes it, you know what? We all go home and send a text message. Not even go home. I turn the corner and I text someone like, you'll never guess who I've just seen. But at the same time, that's fine.
We all know as we walk away, we've both gone, oh my God, I can't believe we just bumped into them.
Literal. Like, see you later.
So that's my pitch to the girl code. I like yours.
So which one should we put? So this week, should we put that one in?
Yeah, I think we put yours in.
So
I think it's fitting, given Corona.
I think it is. Yeah. So gal code rule number 1 is don't hate a flake, just hate a fake.
I can't wait to put that onto an Instagram quote template.
Like it, share it, story it, live it. We'll be right back.
So that is the end of our first ever podcast episode. How do you feel about it?
It's good. I think it went well. I'm happy with it. We're going to get more used to it.
Yeah, we did have the tech difficulties, but no one will ever know that.
No one will know because there's a little nip, tuck, edit. Hey-o. Yeah. Please make sure you hit subscribe, leave us a 5-star review, share this podcast, follow us on Instagram at the Gal Code Podcast, or you can follow me at Robert Gartland or
me, BB_Bagnall. Also, if there's anything that anyone wants to see in the Gal Code, like what do you want to be put into the Gal Code as well?
Pitch us your rules and join us every Wednesday for a brand new episode where we'll induct some more new rules into the Gal Code.